That's where I've been. And this is the panoramic view ahead. That's where I'm going. This is Hartley Hill. And it's about 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm making good progress today, I think. According to this map here, I have to go along Hartley Hill, and then I'm staying at Leckhampton somewhere. And it's one of those deals where I have to wait in a car park and call the place where I'm staying and actually pay attention to the arrow signs when I'm passing them. So I know, okay, yes, keep going the way I was going. Okay. Yeah, and so they're going to come by and pick me up and then drop me off in the exact same spot. No cheating. They're not going to give me an extra mile shaved off of my trip. Because what fun would that be? Whew. Well, so far today has definitely been easier than yesterday, but not quite as hilly and not quite as desolate. I think part of the trouble I had yesterday was getting used to the sheer desolation and wildness of some of the areas I was going to. Yeah, some of it was farmland and, sheep pasture, but I mean, I went for several hours in a long stretch without seeing another human being. And, when it was starting to rain and I was tired and miserable and feeling a long way from home, it just kind of made me feel all the more like I was really kind of stranded almost. It's a humbling feeling, realizing that, yeah, if you get stuck, you're stuck. And no one may even know that you're gone. So I've seen a few other hikers today. Not nearly as many as on Saturday or even Sunday morning before they all passed me by. And I've guzzled through most of my water. I think I have half of a bottle left. And I want to make sure that I get to where I'm going before I reach the point where I have to drink my own urine. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Or maybe be like a Bear Grylls Man vs. Wild episode. I'll just let him drink my urine. How's that? Ew, no, never mind. That sounds kind of sick. Yeah, let's take the shady path. This is a pretty view. All in all, this isn't a bad way to see a country. It's relaxing. I'm not spending so much time surrounded by tourists or, crowded motorways or even more crowded piazzas. Whew. But yeah, the point has been driven home that I am really not in as good a shape for this as I thought. Anyway, moving along. Oh, hey, there's some sky up ahead, but I could give you an even better view here. If you're patient enough. Woo, tra-la-la. Over there. Psych. Yeah, that's not the view. Poppy field, I think. Here you go. We're reaching some sort of plateau on this hill. No, it's still going up. Boy. But look, you see all those power lines? That's where I've been. I swear I've crossed under these power lines at least 4 or 5 times today. It was disturbing enough yesterday because they buzz and make this loud sound like you'll get cancer if you stand under them for too long. Take some of the nature right out of the nature preserve, but what can you do? I wonder what kind of berries those are. Interesting. Seeing all sorts of plants I don't recognize. Queen Anne's lace, which I do. There's a stone wall buried under that ivy. All in all, there are lots of nature hikes back in the U.S., but they don't offer the same level of history as the ones here do. And it's all kind of random. Like, I'm gonna see this thing called the Devil's Chimney, which apparently was once part of a quarry. And then, you know, they scooped out everything except this one little pillar. And so they started calling it Devil's Chimney. Oh, well, are you with me up to the very top? Come on, if I can press through, certainly you can too. All you have to do is sit there in front of your computer, stare at a glowing rectangle. I'm the one doing the huffing and puffing here. Although, who knows, maybe you have your computer hooked up to a treadmill. In which case, not a bad deal. Okay, now we have a bit of a view. Oh, shall I come close to the edge? Ooh. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, not a single parking lot behind me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm getting my exercise, but woo, look way down there. Ah. See? I think I was down by that road. Hey, there's a golf course. I think up there at the very top in the distance, that's where I started out this morning on Hartley Hill. Whoo! Check out that edge. Oh, that's a steep cliff. I don't want to fall down. Okay, I'm turning you off for a while. Just deal.